Welcome to this practice for improving shoulder mobility and range of motion. I'm Kelsey, Ayurveda practitioner and yoga teacher. I will be guiding you through a practice to do on a daily basis, if not multiple times daily, depending on your motivation level, to improve your shoulder mobility. You can do this sitting cross-legged on the floor or on the sofa like I am, sitting on a cushion, or two to keep your hips higher than your knee level. You can do this sitting on a chair with your feet on the ground, or you can do this standing as well. So there's multiple positions in which you can do these movements. We're going to be working from the base of your spine up. Not only with the shoulders, the shoulder joints and the surrounding muscles, but the surrounding joints and the surrounding muscles as well. So in the actual torso, the neck, and the arms, because it's all connected, and improving the circulation and the mobility of the surrounding joints and the pliability of the surrounding tissues, it will improve the shoulder mobility. If this is your first time watching this video, participating in these exercises, I encourage you to listen to my brief discussion first, and then we'll get into the practices. And then in your future practices, you can just skip to the point where we begin doing the movements. These practices are taught in the context of yoga poses, yoga asana, and as such, the unique value and benefit that comes from doing them as a yoga asana practice, rather than just stretching or strengthening, is that we not only are moving the body, but we're enhancing the work we're doing with the body by bringing the mind present into the moment, and by linking the breath, by unifying the breath as well. As we work with the body, with the focused mind and the inclusion of the breath, then the benefits and the efficiency and effectiveness of what we're doing expands tremendously. This is your yoga practice to improve the shoulder range and mobility. Of course, there are Ayurveda practices and guidance. There's certain herbs, certain oils, which can improve the flexibility and mobility of the shoulder, depending on what the root cause has been, what the current status is, and what the chronicity has been. These motions, these movements practiced with your consciousness and not going to a place of pain or pushing, that's very important. We always want to work 2 steps away from the edge, have patience, and let everything reopen gradually. So take your time, but do be consistent and do be persistent. Try to let everything go when you do these practices, set everything to the side. So whatever has happened in your day, whatever you have coming up, set it outside the room. You can imagine picking it up, setting it outside the room. Come back to your body and your breath. Usually in the yoga asana practice, the yoga pose practice, we'll use a 3-part ujjayi breath. So the 3 parts are you breathe into your belly first, and then your ribs and your chest. Exhale, spine stays tall, and keep your spine tall, chest open the entire time. And then you continue, inhale belly first, and then ribs and chest. Exhale, spine is tall. So keep going with that 3-part breath. It means you're utilizing the full capacity of your lungs, which means your entire body is getting the optimum oxygenation. The second piece of the breathing that we'll utilize in the yoga poses we do, including this shoulder mobility sequence, is the ujjayi sound. The ujjayi is a little constriction in the throat that you make internally, and that sound is like a little heater that's running in your throat, or the sound of an ocean. So it's a little constriction. The sound comes from the throat just by nature of the breath, moving through that slightly smaller space. And so I encourage you, if that's new for you, to really work with it. Come back to this part of the video and establish it so it can be a steady flow for you. And that will improve the detoxification, the opening up, the subtle warmth that's necessary to relieve the constriction in the muscles and improve the dilation so that the circulation can move through. The third piece of the breath is that we are going to have it lengthened from your normal breathing. So a little bit longer on the inhale and exhale both. So you're slowing your system down, and they're even, exactly even, so that we're creating a harmony that helps to release subtle tensions that are also contributing to the weakness and the reduced mobility of the joints. So now we are ready to begin. Start with that ujjayi breathing, 3 parts. So inhale belly first, and then your ribs and your chest, spine is tall, exhale tall spine. And then again, inhale belly, ribs, chest. And keep that going, add in your little ujjayi breath, so that little constriction in your throat, the breath has sound. And keep that going. Breath is a little bit longer than your day-to-day, and even on the inhale and exhale. Going to start, keep that breath flowing, tall spine, open chest, whether you're sitting with your legs crossed, sitting in a chair, or standing. Hold your arms out in front and just scrunch and open your fingers. So getting into some of the smaller muscles in the hands and the forearms that are also connect up into the shoulder. And then keep breathing. We'll move the wrists up and down. And then circle the wrists in one direction. So when we're working with the yoga poses therapeutically, we're going to address not just the joint, that is the issue that we are implementing the therapy for, but the joints on either side and surrounding as well. Palms face up, keep breathing, tall spine, lifting from your pubic bone up. You're extending the elbows and then bending them. So fingertips just touch your shoulders. Now, depending on your mobility, the fingertips may not touch the shoulders. That's okay. Try to keep your upper arms parallel with the floor, or if that's not possible today, you're moving in that direction over time. You'll see little by little, the changes are going to be made. And then your fingers will just go as close as they can to touching the shoulders. Keep breathing, fingertips on your shoulders, open your elbows to the sides, and same thing, opening and then closing the elbow joint. Tall spine, open chest. Now, if your shoulder mobility issues are one-sided instead of on both sides, then you may feel slightly twisted here. One arm may be more flexible than the other. And now we'll bring the fingers to the shoulders and up and down, keeping your shoulders neutral. So you'll want to try to even out the movements. And instead of letting your one arm or your shoulder that has more flexibility, instead of letting that go to its full capacity and the other one being limited, try to match your movement to the extent that the limitation can go. So let the limitation area or side be the dictator of the range, even in your good arms, that we're creating balance, attempting to keep your chest open and straight ahead, your shoulders level with one another. Fingers on your shoulders, circling the elbows forward. Continue with your ujjayi breathing, steady breaths, a little bit lengthened, and just keep bringing your mind back to what you're doing, really being present with this area of your body, and circling the other way. And your pace may be slower than mine. I would not recommend going any faster than I am, but your pace may be slower if you are needing to be more mindful of the sensations that you're touching on as you move. And then let the hands relax down, and we'll drop the chin down and look up. So working with now the connecting muscles in the neck. And then center your head and tip the ear side to side. Center your head, turn the face side to side, looking over your shoulder as you do. These opportunities to lengthen through the muscles of the eyes, looking side to side, also is very beneficial for the eye health, for reducing headaches. And then center your head. Now we will sync the breath here. So exhale, chin to your chest. Inhale, roll your head just a quarter circle one way. We're doing bottom half of head circle. Exhale down to center. Inhale, quarter circle the other way. Exhale to center, and keep going. Every inhale is just this quarter circle. Exhale to center. Inhale the other side. Then exhale down to the center. Inhale, pick your head up, turn your face to the sky, and upper half now. Exhale, quarter circle one way, inhale back and around. Exhale, quarter circle the other, inhale back and around, and keep going. Syncing your movement with your breath. The other ones we were doing, the breath didn't necessarily need to be going the same pace as the movement, but this one it does. Inhale around to the back. Exhale, pick your head up on top, and 2 half shoulder rolls. Inhale, shoulders to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down, and once more. And then we're going to do a twist. So you'll sit down. If you're standing, you can just sit down in a chair on the edge of a couch for this one. And you'll place your left hand onto your right knee, and your right hand can just go behind you in a fist or flat, depending on where it reaches. You'll inhale, lengthen your spine tall. And exhale, turn and twist, looking over your right shoulder, and stay here. So again, you're not trying to push to your maximum or beyond, just working within a range of being 2 steps away from your edge. And that's where you'll be able to breathe. That's where your tissues will be put in a position to expand and release and strengthen, depending on what it is we're doing, without creating resistance that will hold back your progress. So 2 steps away from the edge, looking around the corner here, and then inhale, come back to center, just swing around to the other side gently, right hand on the left knee, inhale, tall spine, exhale, turn, your left hand is behind you, looking over the shoulder, keeping your shoulders relaxed. Eyes turn as well here. And again, we're working the muscles, the tissues, the joints around the shoulders as well, in as many directions as we can to promote circulation, flow, and release. And then inhale back to center. We'll do 2 half shoulder rolls. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. And one more time. And since we're emphasizing the shoulders, one more time, arms out. We'll do a few more of this open and close, straight out in front. Lifting from the pubic bone up, using this as an opportunity to decompress your spine, which is very helpful as well for our longevity. Fingertips on the shoulders, open the arms to the sides, aiming to keep your upper arms parallel with the floor. But again, it may be a process or a position you're working towards, so take your time. Over time, let it evolve. Fingertips on your shoulders, keeping the shoulders neutral, up and down. Listening to your Ujjayi breath, come back to it. Fingertips on your shoulders, circling your elbows forward. And then circling them back. One more time, keep breathing, release your arms, 2 half shoulder rolls, inhale, shoulders up, exhale, roll them back and down, and then inhale them up, and exhale, roll them back and down. That's the practice. I'll show you a bonus practice right now. It's optional. If you have a strap, you can include this at the end. The bonus practice is using a strap. Hold the strap at shoulder height, hands shoulder width apart, equal amount dangling on both sides. Keeping your shoulders neutral, your spine extended. Inhale, reach the arms up. Shoulders neutral, and very slowly start to slide your hands to the sides. Again, depending on the balance in the shoulders, the muscles around the shoulder joint, your arms may be not necessarily extended to the same degree. Just keep your mind clear, focused, present, breathing your Ujjayi breath. And this is just a very slow opening. Avoid jamming the shoulders back. Keep the shoulders neutral. The strap aiming for it to be above the head so that once you get near your head, it will actually go behind. But if going behind stresses the shoulders, or if you have to contort your body to do that, it's better to let the strap come in front of your face. And as you continue the practice, you'll see it start to change. So keep breathing, keep extending, arms wide and down, and then release at the end. Inhale, shoulders to your ears, exhale, roll them back and down. And one more time, holding that strap out in front of you, shoulder height. And the hands are shoulder distance apart, equal amounts hanging both sides, shoulders neutral. Inhale, reach the arms up. Stay tall, shoulders neutral, and continue to breathe here. And you're very slowly letting the hands slide. So it's a light grip that you have with the strap. And this helps to open up all of the arm, or helps to open up, yes, all of the arm. What I meant to say was all of the muscles along the arms and shoulders, even into the front of the chest. And so breathing. When we work with the yoga asanas, we are working with the physical tissues, but we're also working with the prana, or the life force, the vital energy that flows through the tissues. And so we're creating space for the prana to flow. And the prana is very intelligent. When it flows, there is an innate healing capacity that then becomes present in our body. So keep extending, keep breathing until you're all the way down, and then hands on the legs. Inhale, shoulders up, and exhale, roll them back and down, and then we're done. So practice this a few times a day, aim for daily, at a minimum, at least once a week, and you'll see with consistency and persistence and going easy and not forcing, not pushing, then things will start to open up.